right, it's time for raising funds for World Domination, day number 307. So, for today's update, there are once again no updates. Still no case number even on the anticipated appeal of the win at the tenant board. There is still one remaining block type in the Shopify Store. Last long form video published 4 days ago. I've been trying to publish more shorts. There's kind of a backlog of easy content I could do in shorts format, so I've been doing that today. Published another shorts today. It's a number 1, so that's good. Hopefully that brings up the view numbers on the channel. And other than that, we will continue with work on the terminal block mining simulation game. All right, let's test to make sure it works. Orthoplex 64, how's it going? What is every Rust project need to mention? It's written in Rust. I don't know. I guess they're very proud of the fact that, I guess it is kind of, if you invented your own language, like it was a new language, it would make sense to announce that. It's like a triumph of an achievement that trying to get people to adopt a new language is that'd be a lot of work, even if your language was better than everyone else's. Trying to get people to convert. But yeah, Rust. I don't know. There's not a for me. There's not a lot of compelling reasons to use it, and it's so much work. Like I want to produce new things. I don't want to be constantly learning. Like there's so much wasted learning new frameworks and syntax and stuff that like you never end up really using very much. Okay, the game works. Now I think last stream I created an interface. So that made this a little bit more prepared for actually making an instance of this in the unit tests. Let's look at the test again. Comment on your last video saying that block mining simulation game Does it need dynamically allocated memory? Maybe angry? Yeah, there was... I forget exactly what it said. It was... yeah, what was it? It was something about C++. I forget the exact comment. But there's lots of... when you have lots of videos out, you will get lots of comments where you look at it and it makes you angry. Honestly, that's a pretty innocent comment, but there's lots of other... there's a certain wave of... the ones that are the most annoying is like when it's almost like people like deliberately misunderstand you, and then they criticize something that you're not saying. And I don't know, some of them might be bots, who knows? Guess I don't have a test for it. Okay, that'll be the start of the new unit test. see if I can run that. So this could end up being tricky because I think we're going to have to. This will be the first unit test that's running other threads, which I've not done before. All right, it does not crash. Devin says, "Yo, bro, how are you doing?" I'm doing well. How are you? Just living. That's what a lot of people are doing these days. They're surviving. That's good. It's better than some people are not even doing that. Some people are having a hard time just surviving. The economy's all messed up. All this bad news on TV all the time. So it looks like I set up, so this makes sense. I set up a thread, one thread per world. This will make it confusing. Just make it problematic for unit testing. I guess I could make like a. I could have like another world type, like an in-memory world type or something. Hoping everything will turn right. Eventually it will. Eventually the bad things, like either they will get, the injustices will be resolved, or they'll go on so long that like it'll be too late to actually do anything about it, and then and the long-term growth takes over again. We can only have like an economy where restaurants are suffering and closing down and going bankrupt for so long. Eventually any business that's going to go bankrupt goes bankrupt. Then you eventually end up in a growth phase and everyone's happy again. Just like the 1960s to 1980s. Maybe I could just create an instance outside. What's up? That used to be a commercial back in the day. And then everyone, that was like middle school days. What would that have been? 2000 and 2001, 2000-ish? I forget how this thread starts up. The mighty Robert and his world conquest continues. Lead on, General. I must persevere. Life always is random and annoying all at once. And annoying at once. Yeah, it can be pretty random. If you're in US, I would hire you instantly. Nope, can't hire me. I'm up here in Canada. Plus, it's better off that way. Can get the whole Axel Heiberg economy going. We'll have really high GDP growth. We'll have a vibrant tech economy up there. Canada rocks. I know US sucks right now. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, everywhere is kind of pretty bad. The whole, like, Western society is kind of unstable right now. But basically every country needs to kind of get their act together. Am I not? Am I not adding that in-memory chunks thread? I don't understand how this even works. So it adds the initialization. So that's running. Forgot he was in Canada. Here in California, can get pretty crazy. I was down in I worked in California for a couple terms. Although it's I find it the difference between up here and California, pretty much up here, if you go like 200 kilometers in any direction here, the weather and the terrain and stuff is pretty similar. But in California, it's like it's completely different. The weather, the people, everything is different. It's like a lot of different places. You have a very Chinese mindset. Is it good? I don't think so. Why aren't you using AI to code? it's been on my to-do list to experiment with that more, but I tried some basic AI coding stuff, and it wasn't that great. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing is very like architectural right now. But it is on my to-do list to experiment with it more. If Elon Musk contacts you, is that okay? I guess. If he wants to send me an email. Anyone else wondering if the hive mind is already taken over? I don't know which hive mind and what specifically does it take over? Claude is great. Never built more than a sample website for. Now I can build complex Python scripts that work perfectly. Kind of just coding via prompting. Yeah, Claude code seems to be the one that everyone likes. So once I get there, I have to make more videos and produce more content. So that's why I've been doing that, to get the channel views and revenue back up. And it's fun to explore new things, but I have like a long list of just easy content to get out first. Okay, currently I'm confused. I'm confused as to how this is actually starting up. Because it never tells the thread to get started. But I would assume if it doesn't ever start, how does it actually run? Oh, that's where it's doing it. That's not where that's supposed to be. Let's make sure that doesn't break everything. New things are great. Be careful, you can be pulled into the wrong group easily. I guess that's probably true, but it's a very general statement. Looking at the code In screenshot, the thread doesn't start via traditional thread.start. Instead, it uses Regadim task queue pattern. Yeah, it's there's a bunch of wrappers and stuff. I guess I just initialized it. I must have forgotten to move the initialization, so it confused me. So now I know where it is. How can you see anything? What you guys see on the screen is like it doesn't look pretty. I think the resolution I'm streaming at is like not the greatest, and it's sizing it down, so it looks kind of bad for you guys. I need to work on my streaming UI, but then again, I think I concluded last night. I'm gonna go to the 365 days. I'll probably just keep this exact setup for the rest of the series, and then after that, I don't know. I may maybe we'll do like one stream a week or something, or I'll start streaming less because the growth and like memberships or anything, the streaming doesn't really seem to be. I think it makes sense to have some component of that in terms of what I'm creating, but the ROI is not there for streaming every day. Okay, that's got the thread started. Let's see what this does. Ever tried creating a dating simulator game? I've not. But I don't know, maybe that's I'll have to add a feature request for that. So I guess I can create a class. I'll create a class that implements the in-memory chunks client interface. That way I can mock test the process of mock test the process of requesting the chunks be loaded and unloaded. I heard that visual novel games, dating simulator games are similar enough that you can practice with the code more easily. Visual novel games and dating simulator games are similar enough that you can practice with the code more easily. Visual novel games. I guess I don't even think I've played a visual novel game. I have seen some clips of it. I've seen some like clips of people playing these. Like there's a popular like Korean game of like where you have these like dialogue options where you're with this like woman on a date and you're like it's like a, I think it's done as like a real life action thing. They just pre-record all the scenarios. I think maybe that's what you're talking about. I guess I can see how that genre would be becoming more popular. How's your cat doing, by the way? It's actually not my cat. It's a family member's cat, but he's still kicking around. Shibal says, yo, how's it going? How's life? Things are chugging along. The channel revenue is down quite a bit, and views were down, which I guess makes sense because I hadn't published a lot of videos. But I put a lot of work into, I guess, a couple longer form videos. The last three long form videos that I thought would get a decent number of views didn't quite hit the mark. So I figured the last week, or I guess the last couple of weeks, I've been putting out a lot more shorts. So I think I'll do that for a bit. And that actually did have a pretty immediate effect on increasing the views in the channel. So I think it was like, it was like 20,000 or something or it always throws me off because it says it's double. It's every in the last 48 hours. In the last 48 hours, it was like 20,000 per 48 hours, and now it's like 90,000, 92 or something. And it's going up every day that I publish more shorts. So now the shorts don't make any money, but they bring more views to all the other videos. So that's good. And we just got a super chat for 20 rupees, I think. Thank you very much. I'm gonna let your stream running for ad revenue. Thank you. Although YouTube is probably smart enough to listen to that, though. Although they're not smart enough to censor things properly, so who knows? Okay. Okay, that runs. So I'm getting close to being able to test the thing. YouTube listens only if you mention them by name. Oh, really? How do you know that with authority? So chat read. Oh, any good books? I haven't read any books lately, but I guess maybe someone else has. Do you drink coffee? Yeah, I drink. Usually have coffee in the morning. If anyone builds it. If anyone builds it, everyone stops being alive. That's a book name? Built a site for file sharing. Took 1 hour. 1 hour, honestly. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm not able to follow that. How those connect together. It's a 2025 bestseller. The bracketed phrase is the single syllable word of the same meaning. Oh, with you mean you're just like obscuring it for YouTube censorship reasons? Yeah, it's weird. It's annoying how we now have to be careful. You can't say bless you. That'll get censored. Just trying to think about how to manage all of this. So I guess I could do so for the unit test. I guess I'll just have a loop where I call update required regions, and that's going to expect I guess I'll just, and then have I'll just keep track of how many unsubscription requests there are. Yeah, I guess I'll just have like I don't know, queues. My mock class will just have like a queue where it randomly lets some of these go forward and then it verifies. read the book called The Last Hacker. I have not. Unaliving. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Everyone's I've started seeing that more in like when people will say stuff. People be talking about stuff outside of YouTube, and that, but because they're like, okay, because this is going to be posted to YouTube, I have to say unaliving, which is so ridiculous. Like, I'm sure if you go to like ChatGPT right now and say, I just watched a YouTube video and someone said unaliving, what does that mean? Like, the language model will know. I'm sure it'll answer. It'll figure it out, but we have to participate in this strange ritual of censoring normal words. Which coding software are you using? The coding software, just normal Vim. So it's just a terminal. Vim is just a really old terminal command line application for editing files. And I guess other than that, sometimes when I have to debug stuff, I'll use the IntelliJ and step through with the debugger. Now in horizontal format. I don't get it. Used VS Code for the site. Yeah, AI asked me to do so. Yeah, VS Code is pretty standard. Vim is popular with old school programmers. It's actually, I don't think there's many people that write. There's not many people that write Java in Vim, but I've just kind of grown on me over time. Just checking if it's censored. I guess not. If it shows up on the screen there, if it shows up on the stream, then it's not censored. So I'm just thinking about how to approach this. I think what I might do, what I should have done a long time ago, is for a lot of the threads, for shutting them down, there's like the concept of like a poison pill message. And I don't know, I might add that. Yeah, I just needed a way to synchronize the exit. because there's multiple. This is the only test I have where there's multiple threads. I guess maybe I can do that. So the last, I'll have like a while loop in here where it's like sending stuff in, sending requests in and updates. And I can make it just like randomly start simulating requests to the server. The server randomly responds. And then here it can be and that should work, because if I have that message, which I don't have now, then this thing should just run. Let's see, if I run that right now, what happens? I think it'll deadlock, because the in-memory chunks thread, nothing shuts it down. Yep, that's what I expected. But I don't want to interrupt it, because I want this thread to exit gracefully. I guess I probably should make that happen with all the other threads while I do it. Yeah, maybe I will do that tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably call it a night for tonight. That's a little bit of, I guess I did do a bit tonight. I had some classes. I'm one step closer to having a useful unit test here. Now once this is working, once it works for the current case, then I can be more aggressive and refactor that class so it works for multiple clients. All right, that'll be it for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow night for day 308. All right, have a good night, guys.